Hi guys, this is Jen and I'm here to do the July reading for a Leo. So we are in Cancer season. So birthday shout outs to the Cancer, but we are rolling into Leo season as well. So let's see what we have for you for the month of July. If you are new here, I give intuitive readings. I was having some technical difficulties every time I recorded something. It was just a hassle to upload it, so that's what's been going on. But I'm back in the groove of things, and if you are cross-watching, of course you're welcome to stay and see, you know, what messages we have for Leo. So to start off, we have the King of Pentacles, and I'm going to go ahead and pull three: a past, recent, and what's coming towards you. So in the recent past, King of Pentacles. In the present, you have the Hangman. What's coming towards you is the Page of Pentacles. Nice. Underneath the King of Pentacles, oh, very nice, you have the Ten of Cups. Underneath the Hangman, you have here that's interesting. You have the Three of Pentacles underneath the Hangman. I just got a download, that's why I paused. And then there's you, Strength, under the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so give me 1 second here, because I got a very strong message with the Hangman and the Three of Pentacles. Give me 1 second, okay? So off the back, what I see here with the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups underneath in the recent past, I kind of get the feeling like you were in your element, okay? Money was good, family was good, you know, you were just really in your element. There wasn't really anything going wrong. There was a lot of confidence, you know, there was no shortness of money or material things. There was no shortness of, you know, happiness. You were very, you know, emotionally in tune, just kind of in your element. Everything was going great. In the present, you have the Hangman and again the Three of Pentacles. Why I kind of got a pause, I kind of got a feeling like it's almost as if, you know how you look at a person and they have it all, or they look like they have it all, and maybe you feel like you have it all, but then there's something missing, okay? It's almost like a void is coming, not coming back to haunt you, but you're realizing that, yeah, I have these things, you know, financially I'm okay, you know, my relationships, my friendships, romantics, whatever is okay, but there's something missing, okay? I'm conflicted about something. It almost feels as if there's like one piece of that element that is missing, and this is a major arcana here. So this might be very prominent for some of you Leos, where you just feel kind of like on the fence with something, and I'll get a clarifier. But with the Three of Pentacles, it's either something that you put out, you know, you got something done and maybe you put out into the world and you're waiting for results, or maybe it could be a relationship of some sort that maybe could have went sour in the past and you're kind of on the fence about it now, or you're waiting for results, or you're just, I don't know, I kind of get the sense like, you know, with threes it's about unity. So for some of you, I kind of get the sense like, yeah, everything is going great, but there's like a void and it's like poking at you now, okay? And you probably didn't see it coming, or you probably maybe try to bury it, or try to just completely forget about it, or not even think about it, or whatever the case may be. And this is earth energy with Pentacles, so it can be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy here. But I kind of get the feeling like there could have been either a group project or a group friendship, or, you know, some sort of group. It could be at work, it could be you know, in a friendship, some sort of relationship where you're just kind of like I don't know, with the Hangman, it's kind of giving up resistance and kind of going with the flow of things. definitely a card of spirituality, and just letting things flow on their own, not really trying to control things as much. It's kind of like submission, like just giving up that feeling of needing to control and giving it to the universe or giving it to God. I don't know, depending on your religion or your spirituality, but it's definitely a feeling of just submission. Okay, that's really what I'm getting here. And it has to do with, like I said, a past project. It can have to do with a dynamic, some sort of relationship, but it's definitely something that's really coming back, where you felt like everything was kind of going great, but like it's just like this void. Okay, it's like this void, and this is kind of like giving up control. Now with the Page of Pentacles, again, you have more earth energy, and this is a new idea. Okay, pages are fast learners, they're ambitious. This also has to do with home and material. This is a new idea. So I think for some of you, let's say for instance, okay, you're doing good, you're doing great, but maybe there's a situation where you're not speaking to a specific family member, or there's a friendship that went sour and you're like, whatever. And now it's kind of coming back to kind of claw at you and maybe give you a different perspective. You're looking at it now like, did that really go the way I wanted it to go? You know, I don't know. It's very weird. For some reason, like I said, when I pulled out the Hangman and I pulled out the Three of Pentacles, instantly I got like some sort of family dynamic that kind of went left. And you've been doing good, okay? But I think it's kind of digging back into you again, okay? And for some of you to be extremely vulnerable, it could be a situation where you didn't want it to go the way it did, but you were okay with it. You know, you flourished after that. There wasn't any, it affected you, but you continued to flourish, right? But now it's starting to feel like, I don't know, like a void is missing, or maybe you want to, I can't really put a finger on it, and I'll get a clarifier, but I instantly got like some sort of family issue or some sort of dynamic, or even a situation where maybe a group of you want to come back together and talk, and you're kind of like on the fence about it, or maybe you're kind of open to it and you're like, you know what, I'm not really gonna take too much control of this. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm just gonna try to, not resist it, and it's kind of like whatever happens, kind of that energy. What's coming towards you with the Page of Pentacles, again, it could be a new idea. It could even be a new perspective. I kind of get the feeling of misunderstandings, and now maybe even seeing things from a different point of view, because this Page of Pentacles, he's kind of like, he's analyzing his pentacle. Now, this can even have to do with a work situation as well, where maybe, you were out on leave, or you gave a specific job a break, or whatever the case may be, and now you're thinking about going back to it, but you're kind of like weighing your options. Or maybe things have changed in the workplace that you didn't think were going to change, and you're kind of like, something is definitely sparking your interest in July. Whatever it is, though, it's gonna take some strength, okay? And I don't mean physical strength. If you look at the Strength card, this is another major arcana here. So you have the Hangman and you have the Strength, okay? Whatever this is, if I have to give any advice, it's better to attract things with honey than it is vinegar, okay? She's stroking a lion, okay? Now, lions can be very aggressive, but she's approaching the lion from a different, not point of view, but not how you would normally think, okay? It's a much subtle approach, maybe even a much nicer approach, a more open approach. This also gives me fate energy. I don't know why that is, but I'm getting a sense of fate, that whatever happens in July, where it's kind of like giving you a new perspective, this is fated, okay? But it really requires you to go in with a different mindset. And I'm trying to gather the words, but it's almost as if you were guarded before, or if you had like your guard's up. This gives me the feeling like it's time to put it down and approach the situation a little more differently, if that makes sense, okay? Go in with a little more subtle approach, kinder approach. Not saying that any of you are unkind, but I get the feeling like there is an event that is going to occur in July, or something that's coming towards you where maybe you were completely closed off to it. You was like, no way. Okay. And now the door is starting to kind of crack open, and you are giving the idea, you're giving the idea a little bit of energy. Like, okay, it's like, okay, I'll listen to this person, or I'll listen to the idea, or I'll kind of, show some interest. But it's kind of like you have to let the guard down, okay? And approach the situation with an open heart, with some subtleness. It could be also, and I don't know why, I'm getting like whatever this is, it could have been a trigger for you in the past, but you cannot react the same way you did in the past, okay? It needs to be approached differently, okay? It might even need to be nurtured. This might be a situation where it really triggered you, it really bothered you, and if the thought of it, the name, whatever, a person, a thing, just really brought out that line in you that you have. But now it's kind of like you're seeing things from a different perspective, where maybe there's some empathy there, okay? There's some sort of understanding now. For some reason, I'm getting misunderstanding, and now you're opening up to the idea of listening this time and going in with an approach that's a little bit more understanding, if that makes any sense for any of you, okay? And for some reason, I get the feeling that this has to do with a family dynamic, or maybe a work relationship, but it is having to do with at least more than two people involved, okay? But I do see the potential of a change here in that dynamic, and I do see that for the most part you are a little reluctant to it, okay? It's kind of like, what, I'm going to give an example. Let's say you had a relationship with a family member or a friend, and this could have been someone you were close with, whatever the case may be. Something happened, but it didn't really affect you, okay? You just went on with your life. Everything continued, business as usual. Maybe a person comes in and says, hey, you want to speak to so-and-so again? I know things kind of went sour, but are you open to listening? Are you open to having, a sit down, whatever? I kind of get the feeling, with this, with this Three of Pentacles, I instantly saw kind of like a trio of people, or a group of people that might have had some issues before. And I know the Three of Pentacles has to do with, getting things done and putting it out there into the world. But when I read cards, if I get a specific message, sometimes not just like the general textbook meaning of the card jumps out, but there's a specific message that is told that only that card can tell, and it's in the animation of the card. And I kind of feel like there might be a person coming to you to bring you together with someone else, with like a, hey, we all need to talk, okay? I think there was some misunderstanding here, and I think this is the opportunity to let things out. And you might be on the fence about it, a little reluctant, a little like, I don't know, but you might go for it anyway, okay? Something might spark in your mind that maybe will make you be like, oh wow, I didn't know that, that kind of feeling. And it might open you up to the idea of maybe reuniting with this person again, having a talk, whatever the case may be, settling any differences, any misunderstandings. But I do feel that there could have been something, or even something happening that caused some sort of disruption in a dynamic. And like I said, for the most part, you were fine, but it's kind of coming back around. And it's time to kind of settle the score, but settle it with a more open heart, a more nurturing heart, okay? the way I see the strength card, like I said, it could be either another Leo or someone that triggered you in the past, where before you couldn't even stand the sight of this person, but now you're coming with a more softer approach, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull. I'm trying to think. I'm kind of geared towards the Work Your Light Oracle deck, so we're gonna go with that one because that's what I'm kind of aiming to. It's different for everyone who, you know, whatever oracle deck I feel like I need to pull at the time, but this is giving me like a light feel. I don't know, Leo, I kind of get the feeling like it's gonna be some, maybe like family reunions. It can even be a dynamic. It can be an ex, it can be a child, it can be a parent, something of that situation where things might have went sour in the past. And it can very well be a work situation too, but it's definitely some clarity. Okay, some clarity is going to come about that, and it's going to spark a new idea, and you're going to see it from a point of view that you probably never saw before. Okay, there is some reluctancy, like, I don't know, but you're kind of just going to submit to that whole control thing, that wanting to control, and just kind of give it to the universe or give it to God or whatever. But let's see. Give me one oracle deck to close this out for Leo. We're going to go with that one. Okay, so we have here, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay, and this person is wow, this person is very zen. Okay, in the animation of the card, a very zen card, a very like going within. This might even have to do with some spiritual growth as well. Okay, so we're gonna read from the book and get that final message for you with getting grounded. Okay, and you might need to get grounded. You might need to buckle your seatbelts for this too. Okay, so you're being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you pull this card, you're likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well. Balance your energy and get grounded. There are two types of people, those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It is easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature. Put your hands on a tree or walk barefoot on the earth. Do something to get grounded and connect with the earth. I think for some of you, it's like you have everything, you're checking all the boxes, but there's one thing, it's like unfinished business, okay? And it's not until you finish that you're gonna feel completely grounded. It's like everything else is going great, everything else is fine, but there's just one thing, and it could be a relationship, it could be a job situation, but there's one dynamic that is still unfinished, okay? And as much as you're trying to maybe even convince yourself that it's not bothering you, it could be that this is the final box that you need to check, and you need to face your fears, okay? And you need to go in with an open heart and a different approach, a more subtle and softer approach, okay? So that's what I have for you. Of course, if any of these messages resonate, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Leo, take care. Bye-bye.